Hello friends, welcome to my channel all about architecture where I will make videos related to architecture recruitment and architecture notes. So today's video is going to be an important video for those of you all who are going to appear GATE architecture and planning exam. You guys may be thinking, is there any good news related to GATE? To know about it, stay tuned and watch this video. So guys, there was a recent update from IIT Kharagpur related to GATE architecture planning exam. So let's see what it is. So there is a new exam pattern, but the syllabus is the same. So let's know about the basic exam pattern which GATE conducts. So we have basically two sections, that is general aptitude and architecture subject. The types of questions which arrive in the GATE examination is multiple choice questions, multiple select questions and numerical answer type questions, that is nothing but math questions. So the number of questions which arrive in the exam are 10 questions from aptitude and 55 questions from your architecture subject, total of 65 questions. The distribution of marks in AR paper is general aptitude you have 10 marks plus 85 marks from the architecture subject, that's architecture and planning. So total you'll have 100 marks. Marking scheme, you'll have 1 mark questions and 2 mark questions both. There will be a negative marking in GATE exam. For every wrong answer chosen in a MCQ, you'll have a negative marking. For 1 mark MCQ, if you do 1 mark question wrong, there will be deduction of 1 by 3 marks, that is 0.33 marks from the right answer. And if you do 2 marks MCQ wrong, there will be deduction of 0.66 marks from the right answer. So guys, there will be no negative marking for MSQ and math questions. So what is the exam's new pattern? Which is a very important update for students of architecture and planning who are going to write this year the exam, GATE exam. So we know that the paper contains general aptitude, which will be of 15 marks, and we have architecture paper, that is like architecture and planning paper, which will be totally of 85 marks. But in recent update, it has been divided into 2 parts, that is part A and part B. Part A is of 16 marks and part B is of 25 marks. So in this part, you will have compulsory part, that is part A, which contains 60 marks as I said you, and part B contains optional sections, that is part B1 and part B2, each of 25 marks. So part B1 will be purely based on architecture and part B2 will be based on planning. So if we see previous year's question papers and previous syllabus, there was compulsion of part A, part B1 and part B2. But this time, we need to choose only part B1 or part B2 in the examination hall. If you have done your bachelor's from architecture, then it's very easy for you to attempt this part. If you have done B planning, then it's easy for you to attempt part B2. So guys, I need to say you that part A contains both architecture and planning subjects, like basics of architectures and basics of plannings. So you need to know, you need to read basics from both of these parts. Before, the students of B plan were getting difficulty in reading architecture because due to they had HOA and structures, which B plan students didn't studied about it. And architecture students were having difficulty in reading transportation engineering and many of the planning theories because they have not learned in their B.Arch course. So guys, during filling the application form of GATE architecture, you will not have any options to choose part B1 or part B2. Candidates can choose any of this part during the examination. In the examination hall only you need to choose it, whether you are going to appear for architecture or for planning. So guys, I wanted to just inform you important news. That is, there is no discrimination. Like if you are a B plan student, you are free to choose part B1. It's not a compulsion that B.Arch student only have to choose B part 1. Even B.Arch students can choose part B2, that is planning part. You are free to choose any of these options given below, regardless of your bachelor courses. So guys, if you are a civil students and going to appear architecture paper this year, you can choose B plan or arch. It's not compulsion. You have to choose arch or B plan. You can choose any of the questions, whichever you have prepared for. So guys, this was the main important update from IIT Kharagpur. Still, students are facing many problems related to questions like if you want to do planning. So you need to choose planning part, or if you want to do mark after gate, you need to choose this part B1 option, that is architecture. So the doubt has been cleared. There is no separate score or ranking will be provided based on the selection of the sections. So you are free to choose any of these sections, irrespective of your March courses. So let's know about the syllabus of GATE architecture and planning. So the syllabus is same as we have seen in 2021. The new syllabus was being launched or given. So last time the syllabus was divided into 3 parts, that is part A, part B and part C. In part A, which was common to both B plan and B arch student, the syllabus remains same this year also. So let's discuss about the syllabus. So in section 1 we have architecture and planning, which is basics for both architecture students and planning students. Last year there was in architecture we need to read about HOA, but this time you need not need to read all of this. So second section is construction management, which is common for both of them. Third section is environment planning and design. Section 4 is about urban design, landscape and conservation. Section 5 is about planning process. Section 6 is housing process. Section 7 is services and infrastructure. So let's go to part B. That's part B1 about architecture. There we will see that in section 8 we have history and contemporary architecture. Section 9 we have building construction and structural analysis. Section 10 we have building services and sustainability. So total of 10 sections we have this time. Last time we had about 13 sections, but this time we need to choose any of the 3 from part B1 or part B2. So the syllabus is being reduced to 10 sections. So part B2, that is planning. Okay. Section 8, that's regional and settlement planning. Section 9, planning techniques and management. Section 10, that's infrastructure planning. So guys, in this both you need to choose only one part. That's either architecture part or planning part. So let's discuss about the weightage from part A and part B. If we see from previous 5 years question papers, like from 2016 to 2021, we see that from part A there have been questions from 40 to 45 marks. From part B1 about 25 to 30 marks, and from planning about 20 marks. So this time the weightage has been changed. So we'll have compulsory 60 marks questions from part A and 25 marks questions from architecture, or 25 marks questions from planning. You need to choose either of one. So total of 60 plus 25, 85 marks questions out of 100. 15 marks questions will be from aptitude, general aptitude. You will have 10 questions of 15 marks from general aptitude. So guys, in all 3 parts, you'll have questions from MCQ, MSQ and NAT. All the 3 sections contains all these types of questions of 1 and 2 marks. So let's discuss about the syllabus in detail. This is the official GATE syllabus for architecture and planning, in which part A is common, as we have discussed earlier. Part A consists of 7 sections in total. So in part 1, Section 1, Architecture Planning and Design. You have architecture graphics, visual composition in 2D and 3D, computer application in architecture and planning. It's anthropometrics, organization of space, circulation, horizontal and vertical, space standards, universal design, building bylaws, codes and standards. For your proper understanding, I have listed some of these topics from Part A and Part B. For Section 1, Architecture and Planning, we have three important sections. That is, first one is Architecture, Design and Graphics, Space and Standards, Computer Applications for Planning. Basically, computer applications for architecture and planning. So, usually in computer application, you will have questions from CAD, BIM, and all the softwares which you have learned. In second section, that is Construction Management, you will have Project Management, that is CPM and PERT. All these topics are common for both. Estimation and Valuation, Professional Practice, Disaster Resistant Structure. In Section 3, we have Environment Planning and Design. You have major three topics in this, that is Climatology, second one is Ecology, Environment and Environment Impact Assessment, Energy Efficiency and Green Building Ratings. In Section 4, that is Urban Design, Landscape and Conservation. Even this is common for both of the parts. We have Landscape Architecture, Urban Design and Conservation, that's Heritage Conservation. In Section 5, Planning Process, we have Urban Planning as a major subject and Development Control. In Section 6, that's Housing, we have Urban Housing as a major topic. Section 7 is Services and Infrastructure, that's Water Supply, Firefighting System, Sewage Treatment, Solid Waste Management and Design of Roads and Modes of Transportation. Basically, this is a part from transportation. So guys, these are important, it's common. You have to have knowledge about these topics. So let's list out the topics from Part B1, that's Architecture. In Section 8, that's History and Contemporary Architecture. We have History of Architecture and Architects' Works and Contemporary Architecture. Section 9, that's Building Construction and Structural System. Building, first one is Building Construction, Building Materials, Building Structures and Strength of Materials. These are the three main topics from Building Construction and Structural System. Section 10, that's Building Services and Sustainability. In this we have 6 major topics. These are minor topics but yet important. That's Acoustic Design, HVAC, Lighting and Illumination, Electrification and Intelligent Building System, Sanitation and Plumbing, Elevators and Escalators. All these topics are optional but contains 25 marks. So let's check about Part B2, that's Planning. In Planning, that's Section 8, we have Regional and Settlement Planning. In that, first we have Regional Planning Process and Development and Housing Policies. In 9th section, we have Planning Techniques and Management. In it, there are 3 major topics, that's Survey, Remote Sensing and GIS. Second one is Urban Economics and Infrastructure Management, Development Guidelines and Planning Legislation. Section 10, that's Infrastructure Planning. We have 2 important topics, that's Transportation Planning and Traffic Engineering. All this contains of 25 marks and are optional. Means you can choose Part B2 or Part B1. So guys, Part B1 and Part B2 are is nothing related to your bachelor degree. If you are pursuing BArch or B-Plan or Civil Engineering, you are free to choose any of the parts. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Maybe some people found it as a good news and some people didn't because they have already started preparing from years on both of this part. If you find it helpful, share it with your friends, teachers and those of them who are going to write GATE Architecture and Planning exam. If you have any doubts, please do comment down below. Thanks for watching. Meet you soon in the next video of GATE Architecture Notes. Have a good day.